Hey everyone, so those of you who do not know, my name is Brittany Shelton. I've officially been in business for 6 years this year. I absolutely love what it is that I do, but to give you a little bit of insight on who it is that I am before we start talking about your vaginas here in a little bit, and there's no stranger danger, here's a little bit of a deep dive when it comes to the Shelton experience. I originally got into this business because I like sex. I like all the ins and outs of sex, giggity. I like talking about it, reading about it, learning about it. I used to sneak even into our local sex shops when I was like 15, 16 years old. I always loved the education aspect of it, about why our bodies did what it is. I did not actually go to my first Pure Romance party, or it wasn't even Pure Romance at the time, it was actually called Slumber Parties until I was 18. My aunt invited me. I know, kind of weird, I get it. I went this invite that I got on Facebook. I got an invite and it said slumber parties, and I was like, what the crap is this? Okay, I don't know why my aunt is inviting me to a slumber party, like online. She's not very tech savvy. But I went ahead and hit accept. And the next thing I know, there's a website that pops up with it. And that website, I was like, okay, she's really not tech savvy. Why is there a website to this slumber party? All I expected to do was sitting around in like pajama pants, eat popcorn, and like maybe sneak a few beers. So I clicked on this link, and in this link I was like, okay, there's some lotions, there's some bath stuff, there's some lingerie, kind of sort of slumber party related, but okay. And then I got down to the bedroom accessories, and I was just like, oh, that kind of slumber party. I messaged my aunt and I was like, what the crap is this? I'm like, why are you inviting me to this? And she's like, you're a freak, we know it, you're gonna buy some stuff. And I was like, no, I'm not going, I'm not having anything to do with this is weird. So needless to say, I go to my aunt's house. I attend the party, I'm sitting there, I have an aunt here, and the consultant right here. I'm like, this is weird, why am I here? I ended up teaching both of my aunts a few things and the consultant a few things. I'm like, this is weird, why am I here? So I go into the ordering room and I'm like, okay, listen, I just want these few items, and the consultant at the time frame is like, girl, you would be amazing at this. You should do what it is that I do. And I'm like, nope, I don't want to hear anything about this. This is a pyramid scheme. Don't look at me, don't talk to me. Just give me orgasms in a bag and let me go. I end up collecting my goodies and I go. I walked out of that ordering room and I spent $300. And I'm like, this hurts. But it was well worth it, let me say that. So the next day I end up getting another Facebook event for another slumber party. I know what this one is, so I messaged this other aunt that ended up inviting me to this one. I'm like, why the crap are you inviting me to this? You know I just spent $300. She's like, yeah, what you do for one, you have to do for the other. I'm like, no, you're not my dang kids. I don't need to do that. And so I go to her party, I walk out, I spend $400. At this point, I will admit I have a problem. Over the next couple of years, because I went in and I did my first party when I was 18. It was like 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. All the way through there, I keep going to these parties, I keep attending these events. Finally, my husband looks at me and he's like, babe, something's going on with their bank accounts. There's a couple times during the year that I was like, all of a sudden we're really good, and then we just take a huge divot. Do you know what's going on? I was like, let me take a look at this. It might be identity theft. Turns out, he knows the identity. Well, finally I admit to him what's going on, and that I kind of have a shopping problem when it comes to these products. And he's like, babe, you either A, have to stop buying, or B, sign up. And I'm like, well, route A, I've tried. I didn't even want to go to the first party, but we see how well that turned out. And option B, and I'm like, you really want me to sign up with this pyramid scheme that's probably just gonna take all of our information and do like identity theft and clone us? He's like, A, you can't use that again. You just claimed identity theft and we know it was you. And B, he's like, will you get a discount? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, then yes, babe, we need the discount. And I was like, okay. So my consultants, which is my now sponsor, ended up doing a kit raffle. During this kit raffle, I put in $20. I was like, I will at least help somebody else get a kit, because I knew sure as everything, like the sky is blue, that I would not be the one that won this kit. Like, I don't know about you, but I am not a lucky person. Whenever I was younger, my brother and I went to like an early Easter Day thing, and when we went there, they had like a girl bike giveaway like all the way over here, and a boy bike giveaway like all the way over here. During that, my brother put in for his, I put in for mine. We waited around to listen for who won. My brother won the dang girl bike. Like, that is how unlucky I am. And I was like, seriously, dude, you're like 9, you're 6 years old. Like, let me have like this girl bike that's for like a 13-year-old girl. He's like, no, this is mine, I want it. So then instead he just rolled around like a 6-year-old, 9-year-old gangster on a girl bike. And I was like, I hate everything about all of this. But that's how my luck usually run. I never won anything. I would never get through on the radio hotlines, any of that. So I figured I could at least say that I gave it the good old try to become a consultant, and then I can continue on my shopping habits. Well, this time around it was a little bit different, and I won. And I was like, oh crap, what do I do? So I have 1 of 2 options whenever I sign up. I have one option where I can just take the products at an amazing discount and keep it for myself and just have this incredible buying discount. Or option 2, where I take it, I do a few parties and see what happens. So I decided option 2. That very first month in business, it allowed me to buy my first brand new car. I drove it off the lot with 8 miles on it, paid for the sales tax and the down payment. And I was like, this ain't half bad. First time ever buying a brand new vehicle. Love that car to death. We call her Ella, by the way. But I was like, okay, so if I can do this in 1 month in business, my very first starting out, what can I do in month 2, 3, and 4? So I continued on that same path. Mind you, I was working a full-time job and going to school, doing all of that while working this business on the side. And what it allowed me to do is actually take my husband to Disney World for 7 days. P.S. Like, I say take my husband, but I really mean take myself. I'm a huge Disney fanatic. I love Disney, like eat, breathe, sleep, Disney for life. But my husband's never really been out of the state of Missouri since I met him, and even before then. So I really wanted to take him and treat him. So I went ahead and I booked our trip. We ate where we wanted to eat, we drank where we wanted to drink, we did what we wanted to do, and we ended up taking an extra couple days to see his friend down in that area that he hasn't seen for like probably 10 plus years. That whole relationship was kind of creepy. Ask me about it later and I will tell you, but it's just so like horror movie type. Anyway, I digress. Anyway, so we were down there and we were having the time of our life. I even got like full nerd and got like an Avengers Dooney & Park purse. Absolutely love that thing. I have it like on a shrine in my office. I'm like, I can't touch you. You're so pretty, but I want to love you forever. So it was an amazing time. Now on the way back from Florida, we ended up hitting like not even Georgia yet, and I started crying my eyes out. And my husband looks at me, he's like, woman, we just left the happiest place on earth. What are you doing and why are you crying? I was like, you don't understand. Between you and myself, we are one of 11 kids. And that's not including nieces and nephews, aunts and uncles, moms, dads, grandparents, any of that. And I don't know if we're gonna have the money to pay for our Christmas. Because unfortunately, like me, I love Black Friday. I love a good deal shopping. And if you or anybody that you know works at Walmart on Black Friday, I am sorry in advance. I am the one that's shopping there at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Thanksgiving to get the best deals because I love bargain hunting. That's why I give all the bargains out during these events. So while I was going through and I started panicking because we have so many people to buy for, I didn't think we were gonna have the money and I didn't know how we were gonna make Christmas happen because of this. And he's like, it'll work out. And he's not wrong, it did. I came back, I put a couple more parties on my books, and when I did that, it allowed me to get all of my Christmas shopping done in one day, and that was on Black Friday. And at that point, I realized what it is that I love so much about this business. I love the fact that it allows 16-year-old Brittany to come out at the age of 26, 27, 28, 29, and now 30. It's a whole different other thing. But it allows me to kind of like figure out what I wanted at a young age. You see, like my mom and dad got divorced when I was really young. When they got divorced, my dad remarried into money and my mom did not. So when I went to my dad's, we have the new houses, the new cars, the new toys, and vacations, whatever. Like, I'm literally that white girl that got a pony for Christmas. Like, that is me. But when it came to my mom, we were living paycheck to paycheck. My stepdad at the time would drink away any extra money that he had. We were living off of ramen, spaghetti, macaroni and hot dogs, whatever it was to make ends meet. And I started working a full-time job when I was 14 years old. I could not understand for the longest time why my dad could do something and my mom couldn't, until I figured out what money was. And then 16-year-old Shelton, their ceremony at the time, came about, and I was like, I want to be in a situation to where if I ever did have a family, I want to be in a spot where I could tell them no, not because I don't have enough money, but no, because they don't even know where she is. And I'm happy to say at the age of 30, I know, I gotta get over it, but that's a whole different deal. But the age of 30, that I'm able to do that for my family. Granted, I kind of like my bonus daughter. She's 16, so I like spoiling her, so I still give her some stuff. My husband, on the other hand, cut off. Experiences only, he doesn't need any more. But this business allows me to be able to provide that for my family. Not only my bonus daughter and my husband, but for my mom, my dads, everybody. And that's what it is that I love about what it is that I do. And you're gonna find out a little bit more about that later on in this event. But I wanted to kind of just show you a little bit about what this has done for me so far. So I'm really happy that you're able to join this event, and keep an eye out on some code words that I'm gonna give you here in a little bit. That's gonna get you a chance to win some bonus products from me. And that's just to give you a thank you for joining this event and helping our hostess out. So until then, I will talk to you later.